Hey, I'm Adam, content creator at the Football Fun Factory. In this video, I've mashed together some of the best bits delivered by our inspirational founder James cutting at our recent onboarding day. I'll be popping up throughout the video to give some extra context to some of our clips and to help set the scene. I hope you enjoy.
As you know, my name's James. Good to meet you both. I started the FFF in 2017. In doing so, really got caught by surprise really of how quickly it caught fire because of the ethos of the organisations. I'd previously worked at Cambridge United Football Club. At that time we were working within youth development programmes, academy programmes and working with really gifted and talented children. Didn't sit quite right with me in terms of the opportunities we were creating were just for those that were fortunate enough to be in that top few percent really, who's got the God-given talent to be able to then go on to join an academy or be part of a youth development setup. Started Football Fun Factory with the idea of just making football fun for everyone from 2 years old through to 12 years old, boys and girls, all ages, all abilities, and making sure that it's a welcoming environment. And we put on a first session, filled it, put on another session, filled it, put on more sessions, filled it, started a TOTS program, filled it, run a camp in the school holidays, maxed that one out too and was like, okay, there's something here. I then kept in close contact with Johnny, because I knew we could do something pretty spectacular. If we could, in the village of Red Lodge, have hundreds of children participating when there's only 4,000 people in the village, then actually how could we roll that out and create that en masse across the whole of the United Kingdom? Who knows? Maybe even places a little bit further afield as well.
In this next clip, James explains his passion for the Football Fun Factory's ethos and what matters most to him. Hearing James speak so passionately about the values of the FFF always offers a huge amount of inspiration to our new head coaches who are starting their training on the day.
My path was always around mass participation, and that's my big thing really, in that if you can create a magic moment for one child, there's absolutely an opportunity to create programs, opportunities, experiences and roll it out to be able to do that for the masses.
In this clip, James showcases some of the pain points that come along with grassroots football and how that has influenced the different programs delivered by the FFF and its superstar head coaches. Check this out.
All of the problems that grassroots football can bring, alongside all the brilliant stuff, there's the standing on the side of the football pitch and 8-year-olds being shouted at. The people that think they're playing Subbuteo moving around 6-year-olds on the pitch where they don't give them the freedom of expression to do whatever they want to do, to be honest, at that age. If they want to pass, dribble or shoot, well, it's up to them to learn and make mistakes.
So there's a coffee shop in the quiet little county of Suffolk that's played an absolutely pivotal role in the growth and development of the Football Fun Factory franchise and brand. Here, James tells part of the story of how he met with Johnny to plan the franchise and then goes on to share how he bumped into one of our brand new franchisees, Joey, who was himself attending this very onboarding day.
I think it's amazing what a role Cafe Nero in Newmarket has played in the drive of Football Fun Factory, because that's where we sat when we first talked about you coming on board and went through a spreadsheet that showed the growth of a franchise and what that could look like. And then Joey thought the world was telling him to come on board because you kept seeing me.
Yeah, it was ironic because I think I saw it and then I bumped into you twice.
This clip is taken from our social media training and James set the scene by explaining to our new franchisees just how important it is to grow your personal profile.
Personal profile is so important, but it's really, really crucial for you guys in that the Football Fun Factory plus you is what makes success. You can't just chuck anyone in that t-shirt that Joe's wearing and then suddenly they're going to run a successful business with an inflatable football pitch. We need the best possible people operating the business in the best possible way, but building their personal profile. So the person serving you that coffee in that coffee franchise, they might have good customer service and you might speak to them for 15 seconds, but actually do they really get their personality across? And is that a key driver in the business? No, because the coffee is. That's the product. Whereas the product is the Football Fun Factory, is the inflatable pitch, is all of the things that we do, the bright, colourful goals and balls and bibs and cones and whatever it might be, but it's also you and how you can bring it to life. So we couldn't just take 100 people off the street, put them in Football Fun Factory clothing, give them an inflatable pitch and they'll be successful. 8 of them would, because those 8 people would be the right people.
In our culture section of the onboarding day, James explains just how important the culture and values of the Football Fun Factory are and clearly demonstrated this point by pointing out the statements written all over our office walls.
We'll quote those all the time. You'll hear us always referencing back to them. Some organisations have mission statements and vision statements and things like this that explain the culture that sit up on a shelf, filed away in a filing cabinet, brought out once a year, or brought out if there's a problem, there's an issue with the culture. Here's the culture, here it is, and everyone gets told what it is. Whereas we literally live and breathe it. We've literally got it plastered all over the walls. Our franchise conference, everyone got a t-shirt with one of those things on the front. So you can literally live it, breathe it, wear it.
And finally, as part of the culture section, James explains all about the Football Fun Factory's language Listen to this bit and see if you recognise the powerful words and phrases James talks about, and see if you've heard any of them before.
We talk about truly unique experiences. We talk about communities. Sometimes we talk about a community rather than a franchise. We actually don't use the word franchise much because some people get turned off by the word franchise, and I understand why. Knowing how some franchises operate, I understand exactly why. We talk about your community rather than your franchise. We talk about the parents rather than the customers. Yes, they are the customers. They pay the subscription every month, but they're parents to young children, and the children are the ones that we care about. So language is so important.
So, there we have it. Now don't worry, the onboarding day isn't just James talking all day, but throughout the day our founder chips in to impart his knowledge and to educate our new recruits. This is an invaluable experience for them as they begin their Football Fun Factory journeys. We are determined to set our people up to succeed, and these snippets show exactly how James plays his part in making sure our franchisees understand everything about this brilliant organisation that they are now a part of. And if this inspires you, maybe you could be one of our next head coaches at the Football Fun Factory.